Hello, friends. I'm about to do some studio work here, and I'm noticing I've got an event coming up tomorrow. I don't even have time to do a commercial for that, so we're going to do this old school. Watch this. On my website here, we've got upcoming events. This is Kairos. Looks like Batman, doesn't it? 300 years of missions. Well, okay, this is going to be March 13th and 14th at Faith Outreach Center. I'm going to tell you why this is interesting. San Antonio is really set for a real, I believe, a real visitation. And I'm doing this Faith Outreach thing there March 13th and 14th. And then Pray, Discuss, Act at the San Antonio Christian Leaders Forum. A whole different gig on the 14th from 11:30 to 2:30. And here's the main deal you want to get. faithoutreach.org. It says someone hand this to me if you want to check it out to register. faithoutreach.org. And I'll tell you why this is important and why I'm looking forward to doing this stuff. Beginning about a year ago, the Lord started saying around the time of the Cyrus Trump getting this idea, what is Donald Trump doing in office? Well, Donald Trump is in office in order to put the face mask, the oxygen mask back on the United States so the U.S. can be strong enough to create the economic stability for a visitation of sheep nations. That's the Christians and the churches in the vulnerable nations that are literally trying to find their identity. And you see it in Eastern Europe. They're overrun by Muslims. In Hungary is saying, we really have Christian roots, but we don't know what our identity is. They're largely Catholic. I'm off to Eastern Europe. And then I'm also into Central America. Guatemala, same thing. Jimmy Morales makes a decision through the influence of believers, believe it or not, to move the embassy to Jerusalem when Donald Trump announces Jerusalem as the embassy move for America. What does this have in common with San Antonio? Everything. Because both Central America, Eastern Europe, are emerging sheep nation locations. And at the hub of this is this idea of apostolic centers, apostolic hubs. What we're going to be doing in San Antonio is working with the discovery and exploration of what an apostolic hub looks like. And I believe in this meeting right here with friends of mine, Charles Flowers one night and Paco Garcia the next day, we're going to see a group of 7 round tables set up with leaders from all 7 mountains meeting together to discuss initiatives to transform San Antonio. I believe that the model we see in San Antonio is going to be exported to Guatemala and to Slovakia and to Prague. Soros, George Soros, is the character whose name and funding and programs I'm running into, getting in the way of Guatemala and what God wants to do. And Eastern Europe, the same thing. This is more than a coincidence. This is running into the spiritual battle that's happening in America. It's being exported through Marxism and the progressive destabilization of culture in Eastern Europe and Central America. This is the front line of revival. This is the front line of awakening. This is the front line of visitation. This is the front line of what every Christian, whether they're informed or uninformed about current events, this is the battle of our age against the world rulers that want to reshape nations and then circle and crush Christian witness under the spirit of political correctness. So you want to go and join me in San Antonio. You want to be there. If you're in Texas, come on out. And it's going to be like the 14th and 15th. But you can go to my website, that's lancewallnau.com, and you can get this stuff for yourself and find out where these events are. And then here I am off to Slovakia and then off to Prague. Remember, Faith Outreach, the dash, I think, in the middle, .org. Hey, listen, I'm looking forward to seeing you. If you're a member of the underground, if you're a member of the 7M movement, these apostolic centers are at the center of the architecture of what's unfolding in Europe and Central America, and I believe coming from the United States. I'll see you in San Antonio. Thank you.